All right, let's just jump right in. I want you to forget everything you think you know about Valentine's Day. Seriously, because according to some really interesting insights from Tech and Game, by 2026, love is getting a massive silicon makeover. We're talking about a future where romance isn't just about hearts and flowers, it's powered by code, by algorithms, and yeah, some seriously cool tech.
In this quote, well, it just nails it, doesn't it? V-Day 2026 hits different because tech is everywhere. I mean, the days of it being just about roses and chocolates, they're changing. Technology is basically weaving itself into the very fabric of how we connect, how we celebrate, and maybe even how we feel love. It's this huge fundamental shift, and believe it or not, it's happening as we speak.
So, for today's explainer, here's the game plan. First, we're going to look at how tech is bridging those physical distances. Then, we'll dive into how it's upgrading our dates and gifts. Think of it as Gifts 2.0. After that, we get into the really wild stuff. AI soulmates. Yep, you heard that right. And finally, we'll wrap up by tackling some of the big, thorny questions that all this tech brings up.
All right, section 1, connecting across the miles. So, let's talk about long-distance relationships. For like ever, they've been super, super tough, right? But now technology is doing so much more than just letting us see and hear each other on a screen. It's actually trying to close the physical gap and even cultural gaps in some pretty incredible ways.
I mean, just let that question sink in for a second. What if you could actually feel a hug or a heartbeat from someone on the other side of the planet? That's the core problem that this whole new wave of romantic tech is trying to solve. How do you make someone feel physically there when they're thousands of miles away? Well, the answers are kind of mind-blowing. So one of the answers is something called haptic jewelry. And look, this isn't just a simple buzz on your phone like a text message. No way. We're talking about specially designed tech. Think rings, bracelets, that can actually replicate the feeling of your partner squeezing your hand, even if they're on the other side of the world. It's like a digital signal gets translated into a real physical touch. Pretty wild. And then there's this, which takes intimacy to a whole other level, live heartbeat sync. Just imagine wearing a device that lets you feel your partner's pulse in real time. So whether they're excited or calm or just, going about their day, you have this constant, subtle connection to them. It's not about hearing their voice anymore. It's about feeling their presence.
And tech isn't just breaking down physical barriers, it's knocking down cultural ones too. Take language, for example. For international couples, that can be a huge hurdle. But with live translation dates, you've got tech that gives you real-time audio translation. Suddenly, you can have a totally seamless conversation, a real date, where you're focused on connection, not trying to remember your verb tables. It's like tech is making love a truly universal language. Okay, let's move on to our next section, Gifts and Dates 2.0. Because this stuff isn't just about connection, it's also about how we celebrate. The classic rituals, gift giving, date night, they're getting a complete tech-fueled upgrade. And this really paints the picture, doesn't it? The old way versus the tech way. On one side, you've got all the classic frustrations we know and hate. Wilted roses, sitting in traffic jams, getting a kind of boring gift. But on the other side, you've got the tech solution. NFT bouquets, dates in the metaverse, and gifts picked by AI. It's all about being efficient, unique, and, well, hassle-free. So let's actually walk through this new date night and gift guide. First up, an AI gift assist can analyze your partner's interests to pick out the perfect present. Then, instead of real flowers, you could send a digital bouquet of NFT flowers that literally arrive instantly and last forever. Step 3. Your date is in the metaverse, which means no traffic, no reservations. You might even have robotics dining for flawless service or get special Valentine's bundles for your favorite shared video games. It's a total reimagining of the whole experience. Okay, now we get to the part where things get, well, really profound. Our next section is about our new AI soulmates. We're moving past tech as just a tool for human relationships and into a world where tech can be the relationship. This is a massive, massive shift in how we think about partnership and companionship. And that leads us to this huge question. Is AI taking over as your soulmate? And listen, this isn't just some sci-fi hypothetical anymore. For a growing number of people, AI is becoming a real source of companionship, of understanding, even emotional connection. So let's break down the new roles AI is playing in love. First, you've got AI as the partner itself, literally providing companionship.
Then there's this trend for singles, kind of like me, myself, and my AI, where people just prefer the AI's company. And finally, AI is becoming this hyper-advanced matchmaker, using things like biometrics and even genetic matching to find you the most compatible human partner out there. But of course, with all this incredible innovation comes a whole new set of really complex questions and ethical challenges, right? We can't just dive into all this without thinking critically about the potential downsides and about the new rules of the road we're going to have to figure out. And smart rings are a perfect example. Are they for health tracking, or are they a kind of loyalty check? I mean, a ring that tracks your partner's health and stress could be a really beautiful sign of care. But where's the line? When does tracking someone's vitals cross over into surveillance? It raises these massive questions about trust and personal space in a relationship. And this brings us to the big one, privacy. When our most intimate conversations, our heartbeats, our shared virtual worlds, when all of that is happening on digital platforms, data privacy becomes absolutely non-negotiable. Who owns that data? Is it secure? And really, who is watching your digital romance? So let's tie this all together with a quick pocket guide. You can totally use haptic jewelry to feel close. You can let AI help pick out that perfect gift. You could even book a date in the metaverse to skip all the usual hassle. But the golden rule in this new game? Make sure you're sharing your love on secure platforms. That's the most important thing. Which brings us to our final big question. Does all this tech kill the vibe, or does it actually make it better? Is it really enhancing human connection, making it richer and more available to everyone? Or is it creating a kind of sterile, synthetic version of something that's supposed to be messy and beautiful and human? The answer probably isn't a simple yes or no. It's something we're all going to be figuring out as we go.